Let me tell you the plan, okay? What if I stand right here and then fly the FPV all the way from over there under the bridge back there and then sort of like come back and circulate? Hey, thought I'd take this video outside because it's about FPV. Can't do that in studio. Maybe, but I wouldn't. Anyway, check this out. My FPV camera bag, or my FPV backpack. I don't know what you call it because it contains both cameras and FPV. So we're just gonna call it the FPV bag. The backpack itself is from PGY Tech. It's the OneMo FPV backpack. I've currently been using this now for approximately a month and I love it. Previously, I've always tried to cram everything into one single camera bag. I've also kind of realized that it's gonna be impossible. There's so many different things that I want to carry with the FPV stuff and then with the camera stuff. So why not have two separate backpacks? And that is where this one comes in very handy. First off, we got the sling ties. What do you call them? Snorper. Eller något sånt där. Keeps my 5-inch drone into place. This drone is from FPV frames, and the reason that I like this so much is because it can carry both small 6S LiPo batteries, but also the big ones that I use for my 7-inch as well. Highly recommend this one if you want to have one of the best FPV drones that you can get, and if you have the budget, because it's an expensive drone. Okay, you have a bunch of different compartments that you can use for different things. And here, you have a compartment that I got all my extra props, spare parts, everything that's needed just in case I were to crash and something needs to be replaced. We have a top compartment here that I'm a huge fan of because you just open this, reach down, voila! All the GoPro stuff is coming out, right? The GoPro Hero 11 case that you get when you're purchasing the GoPro is something I like a whole lot because it can carry all the accessories that you need to have when you're on the go and when you want to have everything organized. So here you can see that GoPro Mini. I got the big GoPro Hero 11. Like this a whole lot. And the MD filters that I got on here is the Polar Pro GoPro. I don't know what they call it, but there's a link in the description. I got a charger for the GoPro batteries from a brand called Telesin. Super cheap on Amazon, can highly recommend. The Polar Pro GoPro. A very efficient tool, makes it easy to unscrew the props. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but it's gonna save you a lot of time if you're switching things up. The goggle batteries for the DJI goggles version 2. Electrical tape. If something were to happen to your wiring, tape, always good to have in any case of emergency. I got my charger as well. Smart Charger S2100 from Spectrum. This has been a really good charger for me. Haven't had any sort of issues, and I actually purchased this when I bought my RC car way back in 2020. Been using it ever since. Up in the compartment you also have an extra pocket that you can store some batteries, some extra stuff that you want to have. You can see that there's 2 pockets inside here as well. So if you're having your camera maybe strapped onto the bag, you can strap some batteries in there as well. We got a 5-inch drone, we got all the GoPros. What is inside then, you might be wondering? Check this out. It's a big freaking compartment inside. We got a 7-inch drone, which is my iFlight Chimera version 2 dead cat kind of sort of thing. How cool is it that you can actually fit this inside and then have the props under and then strap a 5-inch drone to the outside? I think that is awesome. I haven't done any sort of modifications to this drone. It's sort of like just straight up as I bought it. It's a very simple bite and fly drone. The DJI goggles version 2 with the true RC patch antennas. Can highly recommend these antennas if you want to have a little bit of better range when you're flying your drone. Controller wise, Team Black Sheep Tango 2 Pro. This is the Crossfire remote because all my drones have a Crossfire receiver. And the good thing with this is that you can set it up the way that you want. You have a couple of fail-safe switches here on the side, and then the joysticks are foldable. So when you put it down into your camera bag, just yank them out and then fold them down. It doesn't take up as much space as it otherwise would. You can also use this if you want to start flying in a simulator. It's a great stepping stone to actually going into flying real FPV if you're thinking about it. This is also something that comes with the bag. It's a fire retardant or sort of like explosion proof case for all my batteries. As you can see here, there's some special sort of like compartment for the batteries. Maybe that I put one smaller one into the top compartment of the bag. Being able to have this and sort of like just bring the entire thing with you. It even has a handle like that. It's very nice. So I put it down here and then you just pull it. A tiny little camera. The Sony ZV-1. Never know when you need to have a small camera because I don't carry my big camera with me whenever I'm recording with this camera bag because then it's two camera bags. Over on this side, we have two different compartments. You have one here that could fit an iPad, and then you have the big one that can fit my 16-inch MacBook Pro. I'm so used to saying camera bag. This is an FPV backpack. The best part is, if you look at the organization that I got, all of this is sort of like modifiable. So you can create your own setup and your own system and remove these with Velcro, place it the way that you want it to. So if you have a couple of different drones and if you want to have a 5-inch in here instead of a 7-inch, you can just set this up the way that you want to. So over on this side, we also have a side compartment that I haven't even filled out yet because there's so many different things that you can put here. You can have a bunch of different tools if you want. You can have your memory cards stored here, but I'm using a secret device to keep all my memory cards. For that, stay tuned. Then you have a compartment here. You can put whatever it might be, maybe your GoPro here on the side, your filters, something like that. And the same thing goes on the other side as well. All the different things that you want. If you want to have your propellers, put them right here. Chargers, cables, you name it. There's so many different compartments on this camera bag. I don't even know what to put in all of these. Also, if you're out on the go, very good to have something like a water bottle here on the side as well. I don't know what you think, but in my opinion, this is a really good thing for those of you that are enjoying FPV flying, because then I just bring this, leave my other camera bag at home, go out and enjoy the flight.